Hey, welcome to DIY Outdoor Life. For today's episode, we're actually starting a series. I'm out in Columbus, Indiana, checking out Hiker Trailer, and you guys are not going to believe how they're doing things here. We're gonna do an overview today, tour a bunch of their different models, and get to meet Robbie. This is gonna be exciting. Let's get to it. So as we walk through the factory, I'm seeing different sizes, different shapes. I know that means different prices.
Yep.
But can you tell us a little bit about the overview here?
Sure. So, Hiker, we have a little bit of something for everybody, we like to say. We have 4 different models that people can choose from, and the difference in the models is going to be how off-road capable they are. But for example, if you take our entry-level model, this is what we call the Highway Deluxe. This model starts at $69.95 currently, and this one that's built in front of us here, the customers have added a couple extra things. We've got the max fan, an extra side door, a large toolbox in the front. So even with those few upgrades, this trailer probably only sits at about $8,500, and it's a good entry point into the outdoor lifestyle.
This is a real good entry point for people that are getting out of tent camping. They want the convenience of the hard shell, but they don't need all of the amenities. But I see that there's so much customization.
Yes.
So obviously I want a roof vent.
Yep.
Almost everyone who has a tiny camper wants the roof vent, and most people want 2 doors.
Right.
But this sliding window, is this standard?
Yeah, we have a lot of standard options. So if this was just a true standard model, we would delete the door, there would be no toolbox on the tongue, and then instead of the max fan, which is really nice because you can run it in the rain, you would just have an old-fashioned style manual roof vent. But that's still, you know, a fully equipped galley in the back, 8 feet of space to sleep in, 2 windows.
So you have 4 different models, and we're gonna do a video on all of these because there is so much for people to see. But within those 4 models, you have 3 sizing options.
Yes.
8 foot, 9 foot, 10 foot.
Those are the 3 kind of standards, and
right
everything's
now they're 5 feet wide.
We find that those sizes are pretty much perfect for everybody. We can usually sleep comfortably, smaller families, 4, 6 people sometimes, depending on, you know, rooftop tent configuration or age of the children, that sort of thing.
Yeah, and I'm excited to look at the rooftop tents and stuff, but basically you're not even including the mattress, which I think is so smart.
Right.
We all take our mattress out in the first week and get what we want, firmness, size, all of that stuff. They have the nice Milliard mattresses.
Yes, there's thousands of options when it comes to a mattress, and I don't want to pigeonhole somebody into saying, hey, you're getting this firmness, this style, doesn't fold, does fold. There's so many options. We have our recommendations for our customers, but it's not something we sell just because there's so many different options out there.
So I've spent a lot of time going over the build quality. This is a rugged build. Now you're calling this one your Highway Deluxe. This has some off-road capability.
Yeah, this is
a lot more rugged than what I'm seeing on the market.
Yeah, it's the Highway Deluxe. I mean, it is going to do your campgrounds and, you know, regular road travel very well, but open fields, relatively smooth gravel, dirt roads.
Some forest roads.
Yeah, you're still going to have, I think, about 7 to 8 inches of ground clearance with the straight axle on this, but it is a smaller tire. It's, you know, speed rated for only 88 miles an hour. It is kind of the smaller entry level. 88 miles an hour for me.
So I'm loving this, but I know we got 3 more models. We got a lot of stuff to look at.
Yeah.
So can you show us our next model?
Yeah, we've got some more models set up over here to go through. So upgrading from the Highway Deluxe, our next model and our most popular model is what we call the mid-range. So this is an 8-foot mid-range here. This is a little bit extra because this is one that we take to the shows. So there's a little bit of flair on it, but we still built this one to basically average out to what our normal trailer price comes out to.
What is the base price for this mid-range model?
These start at about $7,500.
Okay.
And this one as built is about $14,000.
Now, I would expect this to be the case that, you know, you have a great base price, but some of these modifications, I'm seeing that there's some aesthetic things that were done with the diamond plate, the high quality roof vent. You have 2 doors on this, a tongue box.
Right, the roof rack bars.
Now, the rear receiver hitch for bike racks, storage racks, that's standard.
That's standard on this model, as well as the rear stabilizer jacks.
So this is an upgrade from the Highways, those rear stabilizing jacks. The 3,500-pound axle, bigger tires, bigger wheels, that's standard.
Right, and that's really the difference between the models is going to be larger tires, different suspension types, and different capabilities to go off-road.
So as you said before, when you slide up the models, you're getting more capable, more
Yeah.
off-road capable.
Correct.
But that's a pretty heavy looking roof rack. Now that's in addition to this.
Right, and the roof racks are one of our most popular accessories. Those can go on any of the models.
Now, if I wanted to, I see rooftop tents. The RTT is all over this place. Now, if I want to use something like this with a 23-0 rooftop tent, you add a third?
Yeah, each bar will do about 200 to 250 pounds. That's kind of our safety rating limit for it.
That's static weight.
Correct.
So you can add a third.
3 bars, you'll get up to 750 pounds. Those tents are about 150 to 175 pounds a piece, which leaves plenty of space for the people inside the tents.
Pretty impressive. Now, is the lock and roll hitch on this? Is that?
Yeah, this is the trailer side of the lock and roll here.
So is that standard? Can I get a 2-inch ball receiver?
You can get a 2-inch ball. That's what's
from you
standard.
guys?
Yes.
Okay,
the
so
2-inch comes standard on all of our models, and then everything but the highway you can upgrade to an articulating hitch.
So we'll check those out in a later video. Most people probably know what that is, but that increases your off-road capability. It's a little smoother, a little quieter, less maintenance.
A little bit more secure, and definitely gives you a lot more capability when you are hitting the harder trails.
I'm loving it. You want to see something else?
Sure.
So looking at this mid-range XL, this is one that somebody is completely tricked out.
Yep, again, this is another show model, so this is the flashy one that brings people into the booth when we are traveling the road and going to all the different expos that we attend each year. But the mid-range XL is really nice because it's built on the same platform as the last 2 models, but this is going to have just as much off-road capability as our extreme off-road. But on this we have larger tires, larger rims, the same 3,500 pound torsion axle, but we do put a 2-inch lift kit, so it actually lifts the frame up higher to give you a little bit more ride height and
more ground clearance. And now I'm seeing wheels and tires that look like standard Jeep tires. So you do different bolt patterns.
Not on the 3 models we've talked about. Okay. We do different bolt patterns on the extreme off-road.
Okay, so somebody could do a spacer though. I mean, I'm looking at
5-on-5 is the standard.
I'm looking at a Jeep tire that I could, right now. So if you had a Jeep tire, you're golden. If you had a Tacoma or something, you could do a bolt pattern.
Correct.
But that's something that you're actually going to offer in the next model.
Correct.
So more off-road capable, but while we're looking at this one that somebody is tricked out, you want to show us some of these crazy features?
Yeah, so on this one we have the diamond plate. We did the black on silver combination. The fenders that we do, they're all black powder-coated diamond plate, and they're textured so that you can actually stand on them. So they're fully rated to be, you know, several hundred pounds. A guy like myself, or, you know, you could stand on them very easily.
Yeah.
The diamond plate is also aluminum, so it acts as a real rock guard. So if you are on those rougher trails, you can ding it up. It's a lot easier to repair than, you know, the fancy colored aluminum. And then
this isn't the fake rock plate that's plastic that I'm seeing all over the place. This is this is real diamond.
Real
plate.
Aluminum. Yep. A couple other features that we have on here that people really like. We do a lot of outdoor lighting, which is usually controlled from inside the cabin, so it's very easy to access if you hear a noise at night or you know, want to get out in the middle of the night and go to the restroom or something. It's very easy to do. Rooftop tents. We work a lot with 23-0 for awnings and tents. They're great partners to work with, and they have the shower room on here too. Inside that Pelican case, you'll find our hot water shower.
So this unit has a hot water shower. The propane's right here.
Yep.
I'm seeing the water pump inlets here. Is there a reservoir on this one, or is that for City Connect?
So this does have onboard water. Behind the axle, we actually put a 21-gallon water tank.
Right.
And we shield it in our own aluminum encasement to help protect it on the trail.
So 21 gallons is excellent. Its position to the axle means that it's not going to have a huge effect on tongue weight.
Correct.
So it's over the balance point.
It's as even and as close to the axle as we can get it.
You have a shower enclosure that's going to come out of here. You have the rooftop tent. I'm seeing the giant tongue box. Now, this particular camper has the integration to receive a power station. So you can buy a portable power station that that would power the camper in lieu of a battery.
Yeah, and this actually is set up for both. So we do onboard power, which they have in the toolbox up here. So we usually install all of our battery packages in the toolbox when customers request it. We can also install it in the rear. But in here you'll have your battery charger. They've gone with a 100 amp hour lithium battery. We have a 600 watt inverter. We have a smart shunt battery monitoring system. battery kill switch.
I see you're using Victron components on this
Yes.
particular model for the charging, and you have it disconnected from the tow vehicle's charging. So you actually have an appropriately set up lithium system with solar on top. I mean,
correct.
This thing is a lot of fun in one package.
Yeah, when it comes to our electrical system, the vehicle's electrical system will run your lights, but it's not going to run anything on your trailer, like your fan or your outside lights.
So if you wanted to come in, connect that, add a DC to DC charge controller or an isolator, you could, but you're not setting people up to do something when you're not aware of how their tow vehicle's wired.
Correct. People get aftermarket hitches. Certain vehicle dealers don't recommend hitches for vehicles that are ending up towing. So due to liability and just for safety, you know, we have a lot of people that do the off-grid living. If you forget to unplug your vehicle and you end up draining your battery and you go to leave after a week, you're stuck. So we don't do that. We do prep it so that somebody can upgrade their trailer to do that, and we'll show you the wiring diagram how to do that, but it's not something we do just because there's so many different variations out there.
So I'm blown away by this one. I don't know if I'm even going to be able to handle this extreme off-road, but let's do it.
Yeah.
So here we are. This is the top of the line for you guys.
Yes, it is.
Extreme off-road, and it's been highly modded out. This is about a $30,000 camper.
That's correct, and this is about as expensive as we can build them without doubling up on a battery or adding a second fridge. So this is really kind of our higher end, and the Extreme Off-Road model, you'll see this is a different type of frame platform. So we've got the rock guards and the brush guards built in right there. We have larger fenders that are also integrated into the frame. There's 2 rear fender racks that are integrated.
I see new high stabilizer jacks on all 4 corners.
Yep, 4-corner stabilization. We have the fridge box in the front. Under the fridge box, there's another integrated storage rack if you elected to go without a fridge box. We use a lot of different brand fridges. We really like the Trumas due to their efficiency and their ruggedness.
This thing has 2 tongue boxes. It's
Correct.
got the straight awning. Now, this is the model you can swap the bolt patterns on.
That's
so
correct.
That you can match this up to any off-road vehicle.
33.5-inch tire, basically. 17-inch rim, 5-on-5 or 6-on-5.5 for the Toyotas and the kind of the foreign market cars. This is not a timber axle, though, or a torsion axle. This is a traditional straight axle with Jeep springs and shocks.
Nice.
But we also do offer an airbag suspension upgrade for this. It's a little bit on the expensive side, but for very high speed, it's a good ride adjustment.
It keeps you soft and it keeps you firm depending on the conditions that you're going to need. So it seems like Hiker Trailer is not diving into a very specific niche. You are trying to offer the full spectrum.
We have a little bit for everybody. And you know, we're never going to be all things to all people, but we try our hardest to do that because we have top of the line, we have all the creature comforts, we have, you know, very lightweight entry-level models, which I think when we do some of our model-specific walkthroughs, you'll actually kind of get to see some of those ultra lightweight features.
Stay tuned for those. Those are coming. Those are coming soon. I was just thrilled that you took the time to do this with today.
Oh, it's a pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming down, and I'm looking forward to our videos where we kind of get into the nitty-gritty of it.
Yeah, so we're going to do these deep dives, like I said. I don't know how many videos that'll be in this series, but make sure to hit that subscribe button and check out what we are doing next. There's plenty of content here to do on Hiker Trailers, and these guys have a YouTube channel too. I'll tag that, so swing on over and see some great stuff from Hiker. Very nice. Now, is this the 23-0 chair?
Yeah, that's the accessory hanger.
Oh, these are the pouches that hang up inside the living room. Nice. Now, I'm 6 feet tall, so that is a very big tire. Probably 34, 35,
33 and a half.
33 and a half inches. Perfect. Now, every time I see a Hiker review, they say, you're not going to believe how deep this under the bed storage is. I don't think it shows up on the camera. I mean, here's this. Here's some perspective. It's deep. A lot of different size fridges would fit on this, right? Mm-hmm. About 44 quart or bigger?
Yes, we're working on a new design to fit up to about 60 or 65, but currently about 45 is the max.
Lucky guess. So this is weight this can support some good weight if
Yep.
your tow vehicle can, or
Correct.
if you're riding airbags or something. So you could put a bike rack up here. I mean, the way that this is built, depending, if you were towing this with a heavy duty truck, you could fill this with firewood. This is heavy.
Yeah.
And you're making these boxes here at Hiker.
Yep.
I see it.
Yep. Little HT logo.
So
and-
why have one tongue box when you can have two?
Correct. This is usually
battery.
for your battery system.
So I see a built-in hardwired inverter, master switch, and top-of-the-line Victron controller. I assume this is going to be a LifePro battery.
Correct.
Nice. Shore power, or that goes to your inverter?
That's the shore power.
Okay. And then you have a standard automotive plug to use to feed into solar. Nice. Now this Pelican box costs more than most things that I buy, but everything is just top-of-the-line components. So you're using the EcoTent on-demand hot water heater. It plumbs into your water, plumbs into the propane, gives you instant hot water. You can use that to wash dishes or take a shower.
Correct.
So this swings out to the side.
Yep. Opens
but
the
you
same
have
way the
a
galley door does.
Full weight bearing, and you could probably get a bike on this too.
Yeah, we have an accessory hitch underneath as well.
Oh, right.